Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 3 of our Knotted Threads ROSIE sew along. Today we'll be working with the back panel, so you will need to grab your back panel piece, you'll need to grab your connector piece, your anchors for the bottom here at the back. You'll need your rectangle ring. In my case it's a D-ring, that because I didn't have a rectangle ring. Again, they didn't arrive in time. 2 D-rings. You'll also need to grab your lining for the back for the second half today, your slip pocket, the trim for the slip pocket, and any kind of tags you want to add if you want to add any decorative tags. So for the first half we'll only be working with this pile, and we'll start with the connector. So you should have right now your connector with the Decovil light fused. I'm going to go ahead and snip around the edge about less than 1/4 of an inch on the curve, because we want to have a smooth surface when we press the curve. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm eyeballing the length of this, but if you're not comfortable eyeballing, you're a beginner bag maker, just go ahead and do a little line that's about 1/4 of an inch and make sure you don't go past that one. Grab some double-sided tape, and we're going to place double-sided tape along, again on the curve, along that Decovil light trim. So not on top, but along the edge of the Decovil light. And I'll show you. Okay, so this is the edge of my Decovil light, and this is the double-sided tape. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side, along the edge. Curve it as best as you can. Even if it puckers, it doesn't matter, because again we're going to be removing that paper and it will lay nice and flat. Okay. Working one side at a time, remove the paper, and you're going to want to fold so that the edge meets that Decovil light. And I like to start at the center and work all the way around. Press that edge to stay at the edge of that Decovil. You'll notice that where you had the snips is gonna split a little bit, and that's the whole purpose why we have the snips. There you go. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Start with the center and press like so, and then we're going to go all the way around like so. Gorgeous. If you have a roller right now, would be a good time to just roll those seams down. It's gonna make them lay nice and flat. There you go. So this is what it looks like from the front, this is what it looks like from the back, and this should be, when you fold it like this, it should be 1.5 inches. And it is. Beautiful. So now you want to fold it so that the bottom edge meet, and I like to just put a crease, but don't stitch it quite yet. Open it. Make sure you decide which one is your front, which one is your back if you have a directional print, and I do. So this will be my front, so the like the Epcot ball faces the right way, and the back will have it upside down. No big deal. Take your rectangle ring or D-ring and slide it through. And now the goal is to top stitch this as close as you can get it to the edge here. Now, you don't want to ruin the vinyl by going too close and then the presser fit will hit on this. So we're going to, I'm going to eyeball about 1/2 inch, but if you want to mark about 1/2 inch down, you can. In the meantime, I'll just put a couple of clips around. So now we're going to top stitch all around here. Again, as close as you can get it, or your machine or your feet, the feet that you have on your machine allows you to get to this part. And I'll try about 1/8 of an inch away from the edge. Now, because I know I might hit that back with the presser foot, I'm going to use a little bit of Decoville or something extra fabric so it doesn't scratch my vinyl. And see, it scratched my little piece of Decoville that I folded, but it did not scratch my vinyl, so that was the whole point. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to trim the excess corners here, and it looks beautiful. Again, my print is busy enough that it doesn't need anything, but if you want to add like a little decorative thing here, or like one of those Chicago screws that have a pretty design, you're more than welcome to do so. Make sure you do keep it away from the bottom seam allowance. My print is busy enough, it doesn't need any extra. Awesome. So now I'm going to find the center of the bottom here, snip it a little bit. Okay. And using the marking that I have for the center top of this of the back, I'm going to lay it right sides together. Because I have a directional fabric, it's important that I do lay it right sides together. I'm going to match the marking that I have. If you don't see the marking, you can find it again simply by folding it in half here. Because apparently I lost my marking. And you want to pin it in place and then baste it in place, like so. So the connector is added. Gorgeous. Let's work on the bottom anchor. Now, the pattern does include two methods of adding the anchor. I'm going to be using the method for the clear vinyl in my case. Because I'm using jelly, I prefer that method. I've actually used that method on one of my vinyls and I liked it. So that's the method I'm going to be using for my steps. If you want to use the method that Shannon suggests for the vinyl, where you make the actual slit in here, you're more than welcome to do that. I've done it on my first one, it's absolutely gorgeous. Take your anchor piece and mark the center horizontal. If you did not do that before, mark your center like so. Just like that. And I'm going to take some double-sided tape and add 2 strips of double-sided tape, one on each side of that marking. I'm going to peel it and fold the edge to the center marking. Start from the center and work your way to the sides. So, and repeat on the other side. I'm going to use my roller to press it. Oops, it needs a little oiling. Oh wow. Okay, there you go. Now that you have your sides pushed towards the center, you're going to want to top stitch this with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, so it will be relatively close to the center. There you go, you have your stitches. I don't know how well you can see them because I'm using the design with lines. And now you're going to make the markings. Again, I'm using the method for the clear vinyl. If you're using the first method, the vinyl method, you're going to be following Shannon's instruction. Again, her pattern comes with a phenomenal video, so you're definitely having video help for those steps as well. So I'm making those markings. Okay, like so. And you want to slide your D-rings, but do not go past the marking you just made, okay? You're going to put your D-rings in between the mark you made and the edge, because you want to fold this like so. So your edge meets the marking that you just did. Easy, right? Same thing on the other side. You fold your edge to meet the marking you just did. And you add a couple of clips. So now, using your center marking from the back panel and the center marking you did on the connector, you're going to match those. The top edge of the anchor matches the line of the marking you just made, okay? And if you go and you look at the back, you'll realize that where you have your sandwiched Decoville light, this is where basically on the front you'll have your anchor, because that's there to pretty much help you like with the tension. Now I'm going to take some double-sided tape and I'm going to add it just for extra help to the center here. Like so. Peel peel it off, and now recenter it. Press it down. Press it down. I'm going to eyeball it, make sure it's centered. If you need to move it a smidge, you can. That's why we use double-sided tape first. Okay, perfect. So this is what it looks like right now. And again, I have, if you can see, I have this folded in instead of slit and brought through the back. So now I'm just going to top stitch around. I'm going to top stitch with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just double checking. Yes, an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance at the top, and here I'm going to come less than an inch away from the edge. Let me put a marking. All these measurements are in the pattern. Okay, so I did my 2 markings here. You can see them. And let's stitch it out. I'm gonna put my needle down at that line, and I'm going to stitch with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance from the folded edge of the anchor. Here, if you're able to finish right in that in the stitch you made before, it's even better because it's going to be looking a lot prettier. I didn't backstitch. You can if you don't care that much. Most of the time I really don't, but this time I decided to go fancy with it and actually knot my threads on the other side. Or at least try to. There. You want to pull your threads on the back so you can knot them and have that gorgeous look at the front. Now I have it. And here, if you have and you want to use some rivets, you can add some extra security by placing a couple of rivets. If you don't, it's fine. I'm sure you have plenty of like support without the rivets. The rivets would mainly be decorative in my case, and I'm pretty tempted to add one. I don't know. Let's do it just so I can show you how I do it. Not that you probably need tips on adding rivets, but I'm just eyeballing the center. If you want to mark it, just mark the center outside of that stitch line we just did. And using a hole punch, I'm just doing one rivet. You can do two if you want. I'm just doing that. I found some rainbow. And with this, the outer back panel is finished. We're going to do the lining back panel as well today. I think these are 9mm posts and they're the right size. 8mm might be a tight squeeze here. There we go. All done. So the back is done. Oops, sorry. Completed. Let's move on to the lining of the back. For the second half of today, we're going to be working on the lining panel of the back. So you need the lining, you need your slip pocket, the trim, and an optional tag if you want to add it. If you're using cotton woven, you will have a strip of interfacing here. I'm using water resistant canvas, so I did not add it. So I did go ahead and mark my lines according to the pattern. I do have an extra line marked here in the center where you would have had the fusible interfacing, but since I don't have it, I did mark my line. So they're basically 1 inch away from each side, and then I also marked 1/2 inch away from each side. So you have 2 lines on each side. Let's see if you can see it. Okay, see? So I have 2 lines on each side, at 1 inch and 1/2 inch, and then I have my center marking, horizontal center marking right here, and then on each side I also marked 1 inch at the top and the bottom. I'm going to make some snips that are 1/2 inch on each side of the center back. I'll show you what it looks like on both sides and remove that part. This is basically to reduce the bulk when you fold this. Okay, so it looks like this. And then I'm going to also be snipping the center. Like so. Okay. Take some double-sided tape. You're going to want to lay that inside here. So if you had interfacing, it's like right at the edge of your interfacing. I don't, so I'm adding it right at the edge of that line I drew, where you would have your interfacing. And the same thing on the other side. Gorgeous. There you go. Peel off one side at a time, and you're going to bring in your edge at 1/2 inch on both sides. I leave that center part so I can show you how I fold it. Okay. And now this center part, I'm going to fold it like a triangle, like so. You see that triangle? Now that reduced the bulk. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Remove the paper backing. There you go. Fold. That's a 1/2 inch fold. So you're meeting that 1 inch line. And I'll do that on both sides, and then I'll do the center. There you go. And now for the center, I'm going to fold inside. Like so. And you bring this squeaky roller. And there you go. Okay, now when you fold it, you see there is no bulk here. So just fold it like this. And I'm going to add just a little bit of double-sided tape here to hold it in place, just because it helps me. Not too much. Here on the edge. So when I fold it, it holds that top part in place. And there you go. Gorgeous pocket. Okay. Take your trim and add a center line through it if you didn't. So now we're going to do kind of like what we did yesterday with that outside pocket. Okay, or we're going to match this here and fold. But I do want to add some double-sided tape, and I'm going to add 1/4 inch this time around to make sure that it stays out of my needle. And it's on both sides. So decide which one is your front. Like, I want this to be my front, which means I'm going to remove the paper from the backing. And I'm going to lay this with the edge matching the edge of the line that we just made. The edge of the pocket is matching the line we just made, and give it a good press. Okay? This is what it looks like from the back. I'm going to peel the front double-sided tape and just fold the trim over. Give it a good press. And stitch it about 1/8 inch away from the edge. And try your best to catch both sides. If not, we'll do the trick that I showed you yesterday, and we'll add a decorative stitch. Oh, and I forgot, of course I forgot. Might be too late, maybe not. It is too late. Okay, so let's do this. Is it too late? Ah, I'm so close. Just a few stitches too late. This is where you would be adding your I'll do it. I'll cut a few stitches because it's too pretty not to use it. I forgot. And that's why my pockets usually don't have a trim, because I forgot. So this is when you will want to add a trim, if, a decorative tag if you want. I do like mine on the side, so at least I got that going. I just snipped a few stitches, and I'm just going to lay this in here and continue sewing. It's my bag, so I don't sew to sell. I don't worry about perfection. So There you go. Nothing changed. And here you can fix this error by just pulling your threads from the back. So I'm not going to backstitch, I'm going to pull my threads on the back, so it's just like a continuous line. Done. Let me just pull those threads and I'll tie a knot. Again, I'm doing this step only because I forgot to add my tag. There you go. And I cut both this time around. So this is what it looks like. This is one pretty pocket on the back. So now almost the last step. We're just going to add the pocket to the back lining. The measurements markings are given in the pattern to where to place it. So just follow those instructions to mark your placement. Find the center. And now you can use like a temporary double-sided tape that you know you can remove after, or just use your hands to hold it in place. I'll just use my hands. And make sure that it's centered. So it's going to be like this, and I'm going to start stitching. And you're going to stitch along the sides and the bottom. Don't stitch at the top, you want to keep that pocket open. Pivot at the corners. This is what it looks like from the back. This is what it looks like from the front. And I'm going to add 2 rivets here, just because I like the look, and I also think they hold the pocket better if I happen to like pull too hard. So make sure when you do your holes for the rivets, you don't go through the stitches that you just did. This one might work best with an 8 post. So let's see if I can. Yep, I have an 8. Okay, so I'm going to do an 8 post for the pockets instead of a 9, because it's not that thick. And these are optional. If you don't have any rivets, you don't have to go ahead and start worrying about it right now. Oops. Be careful with that. There you go. The pocket is done. Last step for today, you want to place your lining and the main wrong sides together. I'm going to match the seams on the quarter points that I've marked already. And again, whatever is excess, because it looks like I have a little bit of excess here, we'll just trim it off. We're not going to worry about that, because my excess is at the lining. So maybe when I cut the lining, I didn't cut it perfectly, but that's okay. We'll just trim it off. Okay, so let's go ahead and baste this with a little over 1/8 of an inch. Make sure that you move your hardware away so it doesn't destroy your needle. And here you might need a hump jumper, depending on your machine and the fabric you use when you go to that top connector. Done. So the back is ready. You have your front already done from yesterday. I'm going to remove the excess fabric here. So first time I have this much fabric, which makes me think that I didn't cut quite perfectly. That's okay, easy fix. And there you have it. Your back panel is ready. Your pocket is done. Gorgeous. So snap a photo of your back panel and add it to the day 3 photo album of the Rosie Sew Along. You'll find the album in the Backstitch Backroom group on Facebook, and this will count as your check-in for today. And I will see you back here tomorrow when we'll be working on the zipper panel. Talk to you soon. Bye.